Now you can have ube for breakfast or take it along with you on a hike. I'm sharing with you my delicious, super awesome recipe for healthy ube granola. I've made this granola multiple times in the past for myself, for friends and family. I've even sold it to people, and I did not realize how much sugar is in store-bought granola until I made my own. Let's get started. First thing you're gonna do is preheat your oven to 325, which I've already done, and then we're gonna mix our dry ingredients together. First, start with 3 cups of rolled oats. Not steel cut oats, because steel cut oats take a way longer time to cook and they're super chewy, and not instant oats either, because instant oats will not hold up with all the liquid ingredients we're gonna add here. Next, take 2 cups of puffed rice, and then half a cup of sliced almonds, and then half a cup of coconut flakes. I have one last dry ingredient, and that's half a cup of dried cranberries. You can choose any dried fruit you want to add in here, but do not add the dried fruit until the very end. They're gonna turn hard as rocks if you stick them in the oven. Now mix your dry ingredients well. We're gonna set this aside and then start mixing our liquid ingredients and our spices together. Our first ingredient will be half a cup of ube puree. I actually found chunks of ube at my local Vietnamese supermarket, so I just boiled that until it was soft enough to mash up. Next, we're gonna take half a cup of liquid sweetener. You can use agave or maple syrup if you're vegan, or you can use honey. Next, take 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using avocado oil, but you can use olive oil or coconut oil. Choose a healthy oil. Next, I've got 2 teaspoons of ube extract. I'm adding this in here to amplify that ube flavor. Next, I'm adding pumpkin spice. Now, this is completely optional, but I love the flavor that it lends to this granola recipe. You can either buy this at the store, or I have a recipe for pumpkin spice in the description below. This is 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. Okay, so now just give this a good mix until it's well incorporated. Ugh, it looks kind of gross, but I promise you this granola is really good. Once this is well mixed, we're going to combine it with our dry ingredients. I can smell the spices in here along with the ube. It smells so good. Next, just mix these all really well until all the dry ingredients have been coated by the liquid ingredients. The reason I'm using gloves is because I do not want to get purple all over my hands. It's unavoidable with extract. It's kind of weird. It's like I'm smelling a pumpkin pie, but I know there's no pumpkin in here. It's just ube. All right, that's well mixed. Next thing we're gonna do is lay out our granola on a baking sheet. On your baking sheet, lay out your granola as evenly as you can so that the whole thing cooks evenly. Now we're gonna cook this in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes on one side, and then flip it over for another 20 to 25 minutes so that it gets evenly cooked. Okay, so I actually ended up having to cook the granola 30 minutes on each side for a total of 1 hour because there was so much liquid that we added in this recipe. How you can tell that this is cooked is you look at the oats and the almonds, and then you can see if they're golden brown. It's kind of hard to tell because everything else is kind of dark purple because of the ube. All right, now is when you can add your dried fruit. So here's half a cup of my cranberries, and I'm just gonna scatter it throughout the pan. And then just mix it into the granola. Okay, I think it's ready to transfer into a pretty little container. Are you ready to hear the crunch? You can add your ube granola to your morning yogurt, you can eat it as a breakfast cereal, or you can take it as a handy snack to go for when hunger strikes. And you can change this recipe any way you want. If you were gonna make this ube granola recipe, what kind of toppings or ingredients would you put in yours? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this recipe, and I hope you try it at home. Please go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!